this stuff. Tampa Bay's Tan Talk Radio Network.
Good afternoon, and what a lovely day it is today. If you run a business, large or small, get ready to take lots of notes. We're going to provide you with a solid hour of business insights and strategies for success. You're listening to the Focal Point Show on Tan Talk 1340, and I'm your host, Gil Pinney. I am also your Focal Point business coach. I welcome all business leaders. This show will focus on you so that your business can grow without requiring more time from your already hectic schedule. This show is for improving your business performance, and it's a unique, one-of-a-kind radio program for all of Tampa Bay and, believe it or not, the state of Florida. This show is here to give you a voice and get some expert advice about how to grow and improve your business. I prepared a show today that will challenge your conventional wisdom. This is what your business coach does and what we are all about. So as your business coach, we'll take you from your comfort zone so that you can visualize new opportunities. In today's show, we're going to continue our leadership theme that we started last week. And if you were lucky enough, as I was, to attend the Live to Lead program that was held last Friday, that Mark spoke about last week, you learned a lot. It was an amazing group of inspirational speakers, and there were a lot of really good new leaders in the audience. So today we'll be talking to Beth Warren. She is from Redefined Living and Redefined Moving. And good afternoon and welcome, Beth.
Thanks so much for having me.
We're going to have a good time. Beth is an entrepreneur who took her passion and built a very successful business from it. But right now it's time to talk about our favorite thing, which is sports, for just a brief period. And Beth has given me the oh my God look, but I'll talk with Chris in lieu of that. But it's that time of year when it's the World Series. And if you look back 50 years ago, which I have a bare memory of, this was the major sports event on earth going on at that time. But today, it's dwarfed by the Super Bowl and the World Cup. And tomorrow, Kansas City, which is a small market team, goes against one of those evil big market teams, the New York Mets. And I've done my own survey, but we'll talk to Chris here just shortly about who won the World Series last year. And Chris is going to know because he knows everything about sports.
San Francisco Giants?
Yes. But if you ask normal people on the street, they give you a blank stare and don't have a clue. And then you say, well, okay, who won it in 2013?
Boston
Chris?
Red Sox?
Right. How about 2012?
San Francisco Giants?
Yeah. Chris cheats. He studies this stuff all night long, reads his girlfriend the past pennant winners and the World Series winners every night before they go to sleep.
Who won it 50 years ago?
50 years ago in 1965?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'd have to say
either. 65, I think it may have been the Milwaukee Braves, but
I don't know.
I have no clue. The Braves or the Dodgers? Anyway, what does this have to do with business today? Well, business has lost a lot of relevance, and football has taken the dominant sports role in American society. But why? Well, the games are very long. Performance-enhancing drugs have hurt a lot of the record books. There's been player strikes, and the amount of greed by both players and owners, it also factors into how baseball has lost touch with the fan base, and it's also lost credibility in its inaction to deal with the major issues that have come forward with it. So, as a business owner, what's that got to do with you? Well, you got to continually remember that the customer is always there and to keep in touch with that customer because the customer doesn't owe you anything. That's how baseball felt for a long time. The customer, meaning whatever city, owed them a new stadium or they owed them higher ticket prices. Well, that has driven a lot of people away from their product and driven down the number of people that attend games, and it just has hurt their overall business. So as a business owner, keep that in the back of their mind. that you don't want to be like professional baseball and lose touch with your customer, so keep that link open. Now's a great time. We want you to be part of the broadcast, so get your questions answered by a professional. Beth will be more than free to answer all those questions that you may have. We're glad you're listening. We would like to get your thoughts, questions, anything that's on your mind from the small business perspective. So if you're not getting everything out of your business that you deserve, please call or send an email. You can call 727-441-3000 or send me an email, gilpinney@yahoo.com. Very easy thing to do. Or you can go to my website, which is also easy, gilpinney.com. So the best way for you to gain clarity is to participate, and we truly thrive on that participation. So give us a call, give us an email, and we'll answer it as quickly as we can. So why do you need a business coach? Well, I like the quote I just heard over the past couple of weeks. Where you are today is just a starting point. It's not the end point. So what does a coach do? It's like with every professional athlete. They all have coaches. We continually help you improve your competitiveness, and so that you keep your business on the leading edge rather than the trailing edge. So we give a money-back guarantee. Your investment is extremely low, and the gain is very high. If you'd like that 1-hour consultation, again, you can go to my email address or call me and leave me a message on my phone, which is 727-537-9680. As your business coach, I'm your advisor who will work with you to identify your strengths and opportunities. I will help you set achievable goals and teach you how to track your progress and motivate you to make the very best of your business. And what do you get in return? You get to feel in control of your life and your business and construct your legacy. So we'll move on from there and talk. We're going to continue talking about community relations, and we spoke a little bit about it last week and the previous week, because your customers care about the efforts that you put forward to give back to the community. Many of you are involved in charitable organizations, and you are to be honored for that work. The weather has turned. It's very, very nice outside, and the result is we have lots of festivals around the area. This past weekend, we saw that I was privileged to participate in. The Upper Tampa Bay had Oktoberfest, had record crowds at that, so that was great. These festivals earn a lot of money for a lot of different charities, and the Oktoberfest, they just did a phenomenal job. There was also the Clearwater Chalk Walk by that particular Chamber of Commerce, and looking at the events list, there were a great number of church festivals as well. So again, with your organization, think about it. We'll talk about one more, and to prep you for that and get your pencil handy, the Move for Hunger. We'll talk about that shortly, because Beth, that's her way of giving back. And remember to follow the 4 steps. Choose your charity or your charitable activity, communicate that choice, rally your team around that activity, and commit the resources to assure the charitable benefit, and then celebrate your success both inside and outside your business. When we come back from break, we'll talk just briefly about one more event, and then we'll start talking with Beth. Thank you.
Hello, Tampa Bay. This is the Voice of Young America. Hashtag Voya. I'm your star host, Justin Austin. Alongside me, sidekick and co-host Antonio Bishop. We're here to discuss political, social, and economic issues that Young America deals with every day. Join us weekly and let your voice be heard. Saturday mornings, 9 a.m. on 1340 Tan Talk Radio. Check out our fan page and be sure to hashtag us on Facebook and Twitter. The Voice of Young America. We are the present and the future. Again, Saturday mornings, 9 a.m. on 1340 Tan Talk Radio. Hashtag Voya.
Do you have questions about relationships, sex, or both? Or are you just interested in these topics? Then we've got just the show for you. Intimate Chats with the Lovebirds is a relationship and sex talk show with me, Dr. Chuck Bird, and my wife, Dr. Joanne Bird. We are both board-certified clinical sexologists, relationship experts known as the Lovebirds, due to our last name and the work that we do. Listen to Intimate Chats with the Lovebirds every Friday night at 6 p.m., right here on the Tan Talk Radio Network. Also, watch and listen to us online at intimatechatshow.com.
Hi, this is John Austin, host of the book club on the Tan Talk Radio Network. I spent 35 years in publishing, and today I want to tell you about a book that can change people's lives. The book is No Cash, No Problem, and the author is Dave Wagenford with Ali Pervez. Dave Wagenford is one of the greatest barter experts in the world, and he's bartered over $500 million worth of goods and services. You want to remodel your house, but the cost is just too high, or maybe there's an automobile that you've dreamed of owning but thought you never could afford. This book will tell you how you can do both of those things, plus hundreds more with little or no cash and without going into hock for the rest of your life. Maybe you're a business owner with a cash flow problem that leads to low or non-existent profits. Read this book and see how you can increase your cash flow and your profits by time-proven techniques. The book again is No Cash, No Problem, and you can buy it now on Amazon for just $7.98 for the ebook edition. Do yourself a big favor and buy it today.
Don't turn it off now. You need this stuff. Tampa Bay's Tan Talk Radio Network.
Every time we lie awake.
Welcome back, business leaders, and those who are going to be in the very near future, because you're listening to this show. We do this show to build our community's economic engine. You, the small business owner. You're part of the Focal Point radio show on Tan Talk 1340. I'm Gil Pinney, your Focal Point business coach. We are joined by Beth Warren of Redefined Living, and that phone number is 727-585-7271, and Redefined Moving, which is 727-584-9879. We'd like you to call the show today if you've got time or you have a question. That number is 727-441-3000. And we're looking forward to any of your comments, questions about what the topics of the day are. So give us a call or send me an email at gilpinney@yahoo.com. One event to tell you about, and it's not until November 9th, we have a featured speaker at the American Society of Equality, and that meeting is November 9th. Our speaker coming up is Absolutely Abby. Her presentation is Networking for People Who Do Not Like to Network. It may sound like it is an excellent presentation, but what Abby's main goal is to get 1 million people a job. And she's traveling around the country, giving presentations, helping people get jobs and get back in the workforce. So if you'd like more information about that, it's asqtampabay.org, and you'll be able to attend. So please do that. Now we'll get to the highlight of the show and learn about what Beth does, how she does it, and what makes her the special person that she is. As I said, she's the founder of Redefined Living and Redefined Moving. So Beth, let's start off easy. What are the services provided by Redefined Living, and how did you come to create this business?
Well, the services for Redefined Living are broad when you think of someone who is moving. So we do floor planning, space planning. We help our clients sort. What do you want to keep? What do you want to give away? We do all of the packing for the move, and we do all of the unpacking and put away. So clients can have us in blocks of time. They can have us for full service. If we have a client who's chosen to use our full services, they basically walk into their new home. Everything is put away. Everything's dusted. It's polished. The beds are made. Simple computers we hook back up. Simple TVs and DVDs we hook back up. It's just like magic.
Oh, very, very nice. We continue to have the two, Redefined Living, Redefined Moving. What is the difference between the two? And you said full service, so I'm assuming full service is both companies together.
It is. We've been in business over 18 years, Redefined Living has, and I added Redefined Moving not going quite on 4 years now, because we actually wanted to be full service for our clients. At one time, Redefined Living, we did the brunt of all the project management for a move, but there were a handful of movers that we pulled from in Pinellas County, and we actually found over a period of time that it was easier to control costs, to get better quality of service if those movers were our own, and so Redefined Moving was actually born.
Yeah, very good. So attention to quality. Gee, we talked about that already once.
We did. It's huge. I am a huge stickler for that.
Kind of a crazy question, but people kind of get set in their ways, and moving can be stressful at any age. What does your company do to relieve that stress for your younger clients and conversely your older clients?
Well, I always say that moving is about dollars and cents and inches and feet, and really knowing what your new space is going to hold. Whether you're going from a smaller house to a larger house, you still have to know where those things are going to go. And for someone who is right sizing, meaning that they're moving to a smaller space at the right time of their life, we want them to focus in on what's going to fit. A lot of people focus on getting rid of things, but they don't get rid of enough. And so on move day, they have all of these things, but there's no place to put those things away. So we're very customized in our approach. We're very personalized in our approach because everybody's move is different. Our personalities are different, but we have a series of steps that we hope everyone will choose to follow, because those steps is what makes your move go well. And when it goes well, you're less stressed. We have timetables for everything that you should do during the course of a move, and we check in with our clients to make sure that they're making those markers.
Now, you and I have spoken before, and one of the things that was really impressive was you have an online form that people can fill out in order to A, give an estimate, but B, to also get their own mind straight as to what the move is all about. How does that help, and what is from both your side, meaning on the estimate, and the customer side?
It's interesting how things have changed over time. We live in a society where everyone is busy and they want something instantaneously. You know, our phones call us. We need to answer them right now. Our phones feed us email. We need to answer them right now. And that's really no different in the moving industry. People want to do things online. And when we originally built the Redefined Moving website, we built a form that is very long. And some people will say to you that it's very tedious to fill out. But, you know, movers have a bad reputation in the fact that they don't quote or they don't provide you with a proper estimate. But you have to know the correct information to be able to quote a move correctly, particularly if that client is saying to you, I'm out of town. There's no way you can come see my house. I'm flying in on Friday. I need to move on Saturday, and I need a quote. So we actually have 2 quotes on our website form. One is a quick quote, where if that's all the information you'll want to give us, we try the best we can to provide you with an estimate from the quick quote. But there's a long quote form on our website as well, down to the detail of, does your building have an elevator? And then the next question is, and it's a unique question, but can an emergency medical stretcher fit into that elevator? Because an elevator that can fit 2 people will not fit a couch. It won't fit a dresser. It means we have to go up and down the steps to get those things in. So we try to take that same approach from the moving as we did on the move management side, which is to know every detail you need to know about that move so it can be a successful move.
Yeah, very, very good. So it's good for the client, it's good for you, and it makes them think about things that they probably either wouldn't think of, or they may not be as upfront without being prompted.
Right.
You know, so like remembering that, oh, gee, this didn't fit in the elevator coming here, but you know, who knows? Maybe it magically will fit in the elevator because these guys are so much smarter.
That's right. It's important to tell your movers that if a piece of furniture didn't come up the stairwell, it's probably not going to go down the stairwell.
Okay. Well, before we move on to another subject, I got to hear a couple of these. Do you have any stories about things that people just couldn't part with, or what's the strangest thing that you found in someone's home that they may not have even known was there, and you had to ask whether or not they really, really wanted it?
I don't know if those are the stories that I should share. I will tell you that we had a hand grenade one year, and we weren't so sure whether it was live or if it was just a great replica of that. And the person that belonged to had family that fought in both World War I and World War II. So there were some people that were rallied around to figure that out.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, that's better than any of the other stories that I had thought about. The services that you provide require people with both special skills and empathy. And as you and I talked back when I was the size of Hector's pup, I worked in a moving company. Chris worked with a moving company. And that kind of details the level of people that you can potentially get working for you at most moving companies, in that it's people working there either part-time for the summer, can't find another job. Their level of commitment may not meet your standards. So what's your philosophy on your staff and your organization, and what do you do to make your thoughts real to them?
I think the biggest difference is, for many years I was an employee. I wasn't a business owner. And be it good, be it bad, there are many times that I still think like an employee, but I actually think that makes me very relatable. And I think my key philosophy is that you need to treat your employees well, because if you treat them well, they will treat your clients well. It's a trickle-down effect. Our movers are actually employees. They are not day laborers. They receive their schedule every Friday. They receive it in advance. They know how long their days are going to be each day. They know how to plan accordingly. They know as much information about that job as I do, so that they can be well prepared for what they're walking into. And I think our move supervisor said it best, that not everyone chooses to be a mover, but when you do choose to be a mover or work in that industry, do it with your whole heart. Put your best effort forth. These are people's, these aren't just people's boxes or people's pieces of furniture. They're actually people's memories. And that furniture means a lot to them. It might have taken them a long time to pay for that dining room table or any of those things that we're caring for them. And we need to treat our clients' things with respect.
Oh, very good. In my limited time on the moving van, not many times did you get people that had the characteristics that you're demonstrating, because it was all about how fast can we get it in the truck, and not only how fast, but how can we, use the word jam it in there, but you want to minimize the amount of space in that truck to maximize the next load that you may be putting on there. So,
I think the difference is that you have to have a move supervisor who knows how to load a truck well, because when you load it well, you will get the furniture to fit properly with hopefully no damage.
Yes, I will fully testify to that. I, in my day, and I'm sure Chris did in his day, you knew who the good truck drivers
Yes.
were, and managing that load and the way you put it away, and him telling you, no, I want this next, I want that next, and we rarely ever had damage with those guys. Whereas
There is a system.
Other people, you did have the damage from time to time. Well, we've got a lot more questions to come, but right now we've got to take our second break. So thank you.
Little sister, who's the only one?
Are you tired of slanted mainstream media? Are you sick of hearing the same old stories on every news station? Are you bored out of your mind? Then join me, Lori Zook, on The World of Lori Zook every Thursday night at 11 p.m. on the Tan Talk Radio Network. Smart, sexy, and savvy, I discuss real topics you will find interesting, from dating to animal abuse to music, the law, and more. Real topics with real people that will make you think. That's Thursday night at 11 p.m. on the Tan Talk Radio Network. You're never alone with me.
Some people don't believe in mermaids. Hope that's not you, because they exist at Weeki Wachee Springs State Park off US 19 and State Road 50, just north of Spring Hill. Since 1947, the magic of the mermaids have been entertaining visitors at the 538-acre Springs Park. Come and watch in the 400-seat submerged theater, the Little Mermaid Show at 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. daily. Weeki Wachee State Park offers mermaid shows, reptile shows, boat tours, and swimming in the pristine spring at Buccaneer Bay. Weeki Wachee State Park is a perfect backdrop for wedding receptions, birthday parties, picnics, meetings, retreats, family reunions, or just to relax on the white sandy beach. Step back in time when things were much simpler and enjoyable. Spend the day at an original theme park. Call 352-592-5656 or log on to wikiwachee.com for upcoming events, hours, and ticket pricing. Weeki Wachee Springs State Park, where mermaids do exist.
Lightning fans, there's no better time to reserve your 2015-16 season tickets than now. Season ticket members get the best seats, the best discounts, playoff priority, exclusive player access, and more. Reserve your 2015-16 season tickets by calling 813-301-6600 or visit TampaBayLightning.com. The Tampa Bay Lightning. Be the Thunder.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Welcome back, business leaders and those that want to be. We do this show to build our community's economic engine, you, the small business owner. You're a part of the Focal Point radio show on Tan Talk 1340. I am Gil Pinney, your Focal Point business coach, and I am joined today with Beth Warren of Redefined Living, and that phone number is 727-585-7271. And she also has Redefined Moving, which is 727-584-9879. You can check their websites, which are fairly easy to remember, redefinedliving.com and redefinedmoving.com. So please check those websites for any information. You can fill out the form if you would like to see how easy or how difficult it may be and see the difference between the long form and short form. But for right now, if you have any questions, you'd like to make a comment on what Beth has had to say or ask her any question, please call in. That number is 727-441-3000, or please send me an email at gilpinney@yahoo.com. Very simple. Prior to the break, we were talking about the services and the people required to make her moving company head and shoulders above her competition. What else makes your company so different from other companies? And we can start off with the Redefined Living and then continue on and move into Redefined Moving. But what drives your business to be so much better than the others?
I think my philosophy of how big I want my business to be actually drives where we are. Some people may, their goal might be to have an extremely large business. I actually find that keeping us at the space that we are right now allows me a better relationship with each of our staff members, and it allows for better training. So on the Redefined Living side, we have a fairly intensive self-guided training PowerPoint that goes over our policies and our procedures. We have a hands-on packing class. So our office is actually designed with a small china cabinet in it with china and all of those things that we're packing. Obviously, we have computers in our office, so we take our computers apart and we code them and we pack them. So we actually give live hands-on experience, as well as Redefined Moving is a member of the American Moving and Storage Association, so we have tutorials from them as well. Our employees also normally are mentored with a senior staff member. So it's not like we hire somebody and they get put on the job the next day with no training. So they have all the training up front, then they are mentored with someone, and we always put them in the areas of least harm, I guess, in the first. So you can't harm stripping a bed or remaking a bed or any of those type of things. So we actually have a progression of training for them. And I try to do quarterly meetings, something that has, something that I think is important that has come up, or just refreshers for people. And our staff are good colleagues to each other. They're good friends to each other, and we always say that there's no ego involved. If I go to help work on a job, I am there to work on the job, and the team leader instructs me what to do. So we don't have an ego. We work as a team. We have the same goal, which is to turn out a successful move for our clients. I think one of the things that we all love is knowing that at the beginning of the day, we start at one house, and at the end of the day, we've created a new home for someone, and it still feels like their home. You walk in and, I just read an evaluation this weekend. I was purging some of our paperwork in our office, and one of the evaluations that I came across was someone who wrote, "You filled me with joy when I walked into my new home," because we leave a home that is very organized. It's very easy to walk in, and you get to sit down and put your feet up. And that's with a full service move. But even with someone who has hired us to just pack them and they're going to unpack them, we're still personable with that client. We're still telling them along the way, this is how we're going to label your things. This is how we're going to make it easier for you. So our goal with all of our staff members is to always make this move easier for whatever client we're working with.
Oh, very good. How do you communicate so that every employee understands the value of your service? And by value, you've touched a little bit on the quality, but
I think at the end,
overall value.
I think at the end of the day, when our staff walk in at the end of the day and they've just completed a full job for someone, they know the value of what they do, one, because they see it every day. They see that they've created a home. And our clients will validate that for us when they walk in at the end of the day and see that everything that they were worried about, they didn't have to worry about. We've had evaluations that say, I pay for service. You might be more expensive than the next person, but I pay for service. Or this service was worth every penny I paid you. The evaluation was a letter. It's actually framed in my office. Was one of a military officer who had moved 34 times during his military career, and he said, by far, this was the best. Your precision, your compassion, the things that you went above and beyond to do, those are just all natural things for us because that's what our culture is that I don't want to be the company that just gives satisfactory service. I want to be the company that wows someone or that thrills them with old-time customer service.
Very good. Well, I just was going through my notes, and I must say that I was remiss. I never asked what your full service is. So can you tell the listeners, with Redefined Living through the Redefined Moving, so when you come in and you're ready to move on whatever day it is, what you do prior to the move, what you do during the move, and then what you do when you set up at the other end?
Certainly. So a full service move for us starts with an initial consultation, and there is no charge for that consultation. And we actually are there probably for about an hour and a half, and we ask detailed questions to our clients. Sometimes they can't answer those questions, but those questions are thought-provoking because we want them to be able to move forward with a move. So if someone is, I think the best example I can give you is if someone is downsizing. Perhaps we're working with an older adult who's moving into an independent retirement community. And some of those communities are rather spacious. We'll actually start by doing a floor plan for them. It's drawn to 1/4-inch scale. We've measured their furniture. So first we know what furniture they're taking with them. The next step after that is an organizer is assigned to work with them, and she basically starts at one room of the house, and she works her way all the way from one end to the next end. And we are asking, are you planning on taking this with you? Let's look at your floor plan. Let's plan space where these items can fit. You have, 26 feet of clothes, and your new community is only going to hold 20. So what are we going to do with those 6 feet of clothes? Are you going to purge them? Because it's all about moving them into the right space. So once we have that sorting, that pre-move work done, the next step for us is moving day. And we're rather unique. We actually can, depending upon the size of the house, we can actually take a house apart and put it back together in a day with our team. So move day arrives. Each team member is put in a particular location of the house to pack. If we get there at 9:15 or so, the movers are on our back. They're there about 10:15, 10:30. They start taking out the things that we've already packed. They're taking out the appropriate furniture in the appropriate order of what that crew leader needs them to bring out. And we continue to pack while they continue to load the things onto the truck. We finish within about a half an hour of each other. The moving truck is closed up and the Redefined Living cargo van is closed up, and we travel to the new location and we simply start reversing the process. And as the things are brought up, furniture is dusted, it's polished, everything is unpacked. About the only thing that we don't do on move day anymore is hang the pictures, because people normally want to think about where they'll go, or perhaps that community hangs for free. All of the supplies are taken away. Everything's taken away, but everything is set. It's ready to go. Our clients walk in and they put their feet up. We just had a project recently for a younger client. They moved into a house that was approximately 5,000 square feet, and that move for us was actually done over a period of 3 days. The first day we packed, the second day the movers did the move, and the third day we went back to do the unpacking. So everything was organized, everything set, everything was ready to go.
Very good. So how do you remember where to put everything?
Well, we have a very detailed labeling system. Everybody is just really good with that labeling system. And after a while, I have to tell you, you just get really good at remembering things. And as much as I would hate to admit it, there's been times where I can describe a client to you in detail, probably sometimes what they look like on move day and what their furniture look like and what their things look like. And sometimes I would be remiss and say, I can't remember their first name, but I can remember their last name. So we do a lot of associations sometimes. And then we also take pictures in the morning before we start the job. We also take them at the end of the job, because moving is stressful. And when we've put something away for you, you didn't put it away, so you don't know where it is. So you can do a quick call to our office, and our office manager will flip open those pictures, and we can usually tell you what closet to go to find whatever you're looking for.
I need that service. Well, you talked about downsizing and going from 26 to 20 feet. Who helps them eliminate that 6 feet? How do you do that? Is that part of your service? Is it something else?
We try to find out what services the client can do, what help they might be having from friends or family, and we fill in. I often say that moving is like a really big glass of iced tea. The cubes that go in the glass, those are the activities, those are the tasks that the clients can do themselves to make that cup full. You add in Redefined Moving and Redefined Living to fill up that cup fill that cup full. So we try to be fluid. So if someone says, just tape off the space so I know how much space I have, I can figure out, I can get rid of those 6 feet of clothes. Sometimes that's physically just too much for clients. So we start with basic questions like, what size are you wearing now? And if you're wearing a size 10 and you have, 14s in your closet, we go pull the 14s and we see how much space we have. There's really simple techniques that you can use to make that happen.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. We're going to continue this. We only have a couple of questions left, but right now it's time for break. Thank you.
Show me the money. It's the Employment Opportunity Hour with Gene Hodge every Thursday night from 7 until 8.
So the purpose of the show is to help you out there to find something that you enjoy doing instead of a job. And at the start of the show, I normally give out a formula, which I know will guarantee you to find the type of job that you want right now.
Find out the formula to an enjoyable job with Gene Hodges' Employment Opportunity Hour every Thursday night from 7 until 8 here on the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Show me the money.
Hi, I'm Katrina Madewell, host of Tampa Home Talk. I'm going to give you market-appropriate, timely information regarding homeownership matters because we want to make your everyday life better. Wherever you are in life, it's our mission to bring you good advice so you can maintain good credit, live within your means, and build wealth. My team and I are passionate about it. Love where you live, or I'll fix it. Tampa Home Talk on WTAN every Thursday and Saturday at 5 p.m.
Arg, matey. When it's time for lunch, when it's time for dinner, when the show's over, when the day's over, when it's time to chill, where do we go? Over to Naughty Nancy's Food Shack and Crow's Nest Pub. It's literally in our backyard, right in back of the WTAN studios at 700 Eldridge Street, just north of downtown Clearwater. Just look for the broadcast tower. Nancy's food and atmosphere get rave reviews. The laid-back patio is a great place to hang out, dine, and listen to live music at night. And Nancy's one of the friendliest proprietors in town. And now, Nancy is serving Sunday Jazz Brunch from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Brunch served with eggs Benedict, crepes, waffles, lox and bagels, shrimp, oysters, and a build-your-own omelet. That's all at Naughty Nancy's Food Shack and Crow's Nest Pub, 700 Eldridge Street in Clearwater. That's right where Eldridge crosses the Pinellas Trail between Myrtle and Fort Harrison. Call 446-3717. 446-3717. You're listening to the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Tuesday on Rocket Sports and Entertainment Network show, Roy Cummings of the Tampa Tribune will be on. The Bucks blew it in D.C. The Fall Classic starts in Kansas City. Mets versus the Royals. This is Rick Sassone. Listen to Rocket Sports and Entertainment Network afternoons 2 to 4 on the Tan Talk Radio Network.
From the Sunshine State, this is Tampa Bay's Tan Talk.
Welcome back, business leaders, and those who will be shortly. We do this show to build our community's economic engine, and that's you, the small business owner. You're part of the Focal Point Radio Show on Tan Talk 1340. I'm Gil Pinney, your Focal Point business coach. I'm joined today by Beth Warren of Redefined Living, and you can contact Redefined Living at 727-585-7271. She's also part of Redefined Moving, which you can contact at 727-584-9879. And all you do is to get their website is use redefinedliving.com or redefinedmoving.com, and you'll get them on our website and check that out. Again, we've only got 11 minutes left in the show today, so if you'd like to call in, please do at 727-441-3000 or send me an email at gilpinney@yahoo.com. Prior to the break, we were talking about the full services that Redefined Living and Moving brings to the area and how special that particular service is. But I'm sure there's other things less than the full service that you may want to talk about and let the listeners know what you do on a smaller scale.
Of course, I think that you always have to diversify your business and look at different services that fits all budgets or all needs. So many times we have people who ask us just to pack them and they're going to do all the unpacking themselves. Or we have clients who do partial packs and hire us to come in and pack for 10 hours, and whatever they want us to pack during those 10 hours is what we pack. And the same goes true on the flip side. On the unpack, people think that, okay, they're moved in, they're doing well, and then they're surrounded by a sea of boxes and they panic because they're just not going to be able to get it done. So they give us a call and we schedule a certain block of hours or certain block of time that will meet their budget. So we try to be very budget conscious in terms of affordability for people. All of our staff, we're licensed, we're insured, we're bonded. All of our employees are employees. I do not hire independent contractors. They're covered by workers' comp. So, we're the type of people that you want to have in your home. We're the type of people that you can trust. And we realize that there needs to be different services for different types of moves.
Yeah, very good. Very good. Is that unique to Redefined Living Moving? Is that the hourly rate type of unpacking and repacking, or unpacking?
We do. We charge an hourly rate, and because our team has been together for so long, people are always amazed how much we can accomplish in a period of time. Our efficiency, I think, is really unmatched.
Okay. One of the key messages you heard at the top of the program is giving back to the community, and I know you're both the founder and major sponsor for Move for Hunger. What does that involve, and how can anyone else participate in that particular activity?
Thank you for letting me talk about that. Move for Hunger is actually a national organization, and it is also a partner with American Moving and Storage Association. And the goal really was, when people are moving, maybe you could donate your food to your local food pantry. And I belong to NASM, which is the National Association of Senior Move Managers, and Move for Hunger and the National Association actually did a philanthropic project together, raising food that stays at our local food pantry. And we've taken that at Redefined Living and Redefined Moving, we've taken that one step further. When I started Redefined Living 18 years ago, there were 18 senior move management companies in the United States. And so obviously there's been a lot of people who have taken a chance on me and my idea of what a successful business is and how to make moving less stressful. And every November we have an event called We Are Grateful. And we host a breakfast just for all of the vendors that we're in contact with through the years, but we also do a food drive. And last year, we raised 2,200 pounds of food and $450 in cash over a 14-day period. And our November is coming up, so our We Are Grateful food drive is coming up as well. And I've actually added a goal of an extra 1,000 pounds this year. So my goal this year during the weeks of our food drive is actually to collect 3,200 pounds of food. We've reached out to local retirement communities, financial advisors, geriatric care managers, our local chambers of commerce to say, hey, help us with this, because just a few cans starts adding up for those pounds. And 1 in 5 Americans experience food insecurity every day, and it shouldn't have to happen. So I'm anxious this year to see what our results will be. That food is going to be delivered in our moving truck, or 26-foot moving truck, to the food pantry on Friday, November 20th. It'll go across a scale that has great big red digits, and hopefully I'm not only going to meet that total, I'm going to exceed that total. So anybody who's out there that's listening, you've heard our phone number a million times. If you feel like dropping food off at our office, non-perishable food, I would absolutely love the opportunity for you to do that and help make a difference in our community.
And that runs for 14 days, so it's from November 6th until the 20th?
We're going to stop taking food on the 19th because I have to have a way to get it into the truck. But yes, so the 19th will be the last day. And I actually collected some food today, and the drive doesn't start actually until the 3rd of November officially. But anybody who wants to drop off non-perishables we are more than happy to take it at this point.
Okay. Well, I have not given your address, so could you please give everybody your address if they want to drive it over to you, or other drop-off points, if there are specific senior communities that they could drop the food off?
Right now, our address is 1115 Ponce de Leon Boulevard, and that is a Bel Air Clearwater address that feeds off of Clearwater Largo Road and Ponce de Leon Boulevard. And if you're a mid-county, Brookdale Pinecrest Place, which is on 8th Avenue, is a drop-off. Royal Palms is a drop-off. Regency Oaks is a drop-off. Allegro of College Harbor in St. Pete, Allegro in College Harbor at East Lake. The best thing, if anybody is wondering where the closest spot is actually to give our office a call, and we can tell them where we think the closest drop-off point is for them to be. Right now, we have about 20 people participating. If there's a business out there that has lots of employees that you think that your employees would drop off, we'd love for you to become a sponsor for us as well. So,
well, very good. Something to be extremely proud of, and I am sure you're going to make your 3,200 pounds this year.
I'm banking on it.
And we'll do everything we can. You'll be hearing from me each and every week to make sure that you can get that information. And if you missed it this week and tune in next week, you'll definitely hear it again. Just quickly, we gave a lot of information today about how Beth started her business, what her focus is. Well, when you start your business, you don't say to yourself, I want to start and play like an amateur. You start up and say, I want to be a professional, and I want to get the rewards that come with being a pro. Well, every professional needs a coach. That's what I do. That's the service that I provide. So look at your performance, and I'm available for that free consultation. Be a pro and contact me at your convenience. You can send me an email at gilpinney@yahoo.com or give me a phone call at 727-537-9680. Remember, a business coach fits any budget. We can do one-on-one as frequently or infrequently as you would like. The service is directed specifically to you and personalized for your schedule. If your company is larger and has a major staff that you would like to improve, we offer workshops for revenue growth, goal setting, time management, strategic planning, and team building. Again, call me 727-537-9680. Basically, there's no risk, and imagine how good you'll feel when your business is running better and you can sit back and say, wow, it's really smooth and it's really nice to have my business in the control that I want it in, and I'm getting the benefit that I want from my business. So that's my talk for right now. I'll go to Beth and ask her to close and give us the highlights of what she'd like us to remember.
I think for anyone who's starting a business, you have to do what you love. I think there's a difference between looking at a franchise magazine and just saying, oh, that's a business I could do, as looking and researching something that you already do in your life, love in your life. Pick your passion and do it well, because your enthusiasm will feed down to your staff members.
Great advice. Doing what you love and love what you're doing. Mm-hmm. It's the old adage, you don't need a vacation because you're on it all the time, every day that you're there. Well, let's talk next week. Next week, there'll be many more business insights and strategies for you. We'll continue on the series for leadership and what you can do daily to reinforce the leadership of your company. So please tune in again next week for more on the Focal Point with Gil show. And we're off for this week. Thank you again, Beth.
Thanks so much.
WTAN, Clearwater, Tampa Bay. WDCF, Dade City, Tampa Bay. WZHR, Zephyr Hills, Tampa Bay. Listen.
Budget deal close, crasher in court. I'm Chaz Henry. Word today that House Republicans and the White House may be near a deal that would avert a government shutdown. Correspondent Manu Raju.
What Republican leaders and the White House are closing in on is a deal to raise domestic and defense spending by roughly $80 billion that would alleviate a lot of the pain felt by those across-the-board cuts known as sequestration. It would also reduce the chances of a government shutdown over the next 2 years.
In Oklahoma, the 25-year-old woman charged with plowing her car into crowds at a college homecoming parade appeared in court today by video. A judge ordering a mental evaluation, setting bond at $1 million.